call the regular scheduled meeting for Monday, February 24th of Lorain Board of Education to order. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Ferguson.
Here.
Mrs. Washington.
Here.
Dr. Ballard.
Here.
Mrs. Nazario.
Here.
Mr. Sturgill.
Here.
I'd like to invite Mr. Scott to introduce our pledge folks.
Thank you, President. At this time, I have the honor of introducing Ms. Deschik and Ms. Stewart from Stephen DeHanas. They're going to introduce their students that are here tonight to lead us in the pledge, followed by a presentation that is pretty awesome. I see all the smiles in the audience already. Can't wait to hear all the good things that are going on at Stephen DeHanas. So at this time, Ms. Deschik, please take it away.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us here.
Good afternoon.
And just remember, pledge first.
Just like we do every day at school. Let's go.
I think he's checking.
Come on, ladies. Everyone, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. I'm Marie Deschik, the principal of Stephen DeHanas. I have here with Ms. Stewart Rose and our social worker. You introduce yourself, Ms. Lorain Brown.
Okay.
So we have a strong, we love to include the community in our school because we work for them. We want everyone to know they're welcome. So we have our social worker, we brought her in because our girls we thought needed a voice. So they have started a group called Wonderfully Me with Ohio Guidestone with Megan Sindelar. She's also a counselor at our building. She cannot be here tonight, but our girls are going to talk about the program. Say your name. Good morning announcements.
Hi, my name is Bella, and my favorite part about group is making new friends and building self-esteem. Hello everyone, I hope everyone's having a blessed day. My name is Angeles. I'm excited to have fun and learn about feelings and getting along with each other. Hi, my name is Leonise. My favorite thing about the group is learning how to calm my feelings and
Is the mic on?
It's coming through the feed, yeah. It's not coming through.
Okay.
Ask you two, we don't have any other.
So you guys sound
Make new
great
friends.
online. It's awesome.
When you go home.
Hi, my name's Omadis, and I'm excited to make new friends and do arts and crafts.
Looks like we have a few girls who did not make it, so each one of us is going to pick one. Alana said, I love horses. My favorite thing in girls group is learning how to solve problems and get along with others.
Cool.
Then we have another student, Evangeline. She said that she's excited to get to know the people in her group and learn how to feel good about herself.
All right, and Desiree says, my favorite part of group is having friends to talk with about my feelings and knowing that I will be safe.
Okay, can we talk about your poster?
Okay. So can I have a few friends hold?
Hold your poster.
Okay, so we are the Wonderfully Me 4th grade girls group, okay? So we are a really cool group, I'm sorry to say, but we are the coolest group in the district. But our group is designed, we follow the Wonderfully Me curriculum, which is a great 8-week curriculum that focuses on social emotional learning. But what we focus on in our group is that we already take the strengths that the girls already have and we build on it. So we look at the whole student and see how can we build on what they're already good at. So we build on their emotional strength, their mental strength, their academic strength, their relationships with others, and we just build on that. So each week we have a different theme. So we work on friendships, we work on communication, we work on understanding our feelings and sharing those feelings with others. So it's a very active group. The unique thing about this group is that we want the girls to make it their own, okay? So it's not Miss Megan and I from Guidestone running the group. This is theirs. This is the rules that they came up with, okay? So they all signed it. Their John Hancock is on there that they agreed to follow these rules that they developed, okay? So we're also working on a group name. We're working on a handshake for the group. We're going to design some T-shirts for our group so they can take ownership of it and also encouraging leadership skills. Okay, so I have a few pictures that we can pass around just to show what one of our groups look like. And we also, with Wonderfully Me, they give us a journal. So every girl has a journal that they write in every week. Again, focused on whatever that week's topic is. And this journal is for them. It is private. It is locked up when they're not with us. And they write in, and when they're done, they take it home with them. But this is their group, okay? Ms. Megan and I are just there to support, but we want them to know that these skills are skills they can take with them for the rest of their lives in every setting they go into. So, thank you, ladies.
And let's not forget the attendance. So again, this is another activity that we do to try to continue to bring up our attendance, give the students something else to look forward to. I have to throw that in because it's all about, you can't do Wonderfully Me if you're not in school, so.
Amen. Great job, guys.
Thank you. Well, don't go too far because I think this is a time where we all like to get together with the board members and take a picture. So family, students, let's come on up.
Anybody like to take a picture? Julie's gonna have to take it.
Yeah, the man.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, they're having a good time too. That's awesome. And family, you can come up too. Take a picture. Yeah. And we'll make sure we take a picture all for you. Tall people in the back, right?
This is more important for him to be in the back.
Smiles right here.
Families, if Dr. Graham were here, he would tell you that the fun part is over. Do not. You will not offend anyone if you resume your normal day. Recognition of visitors. I recognize that visitor. Oh, yeah, you're a hearing of the public, but go ahead.
No visitors.
Go ahead.
Julie Garcia, Lorain Education Association President. Just giving you a couple updates of what we're doing. We continue to have our LEA scholarships. We will have 2 for Lorain High seniors, and we also have 1 for an LEA member's child specifically. Mrs. Ferguson at Lorain High will have some more information when the scholarships are available for the students to begin applying for. The other thing is the LEA is the spotlighted organization for the Lorain International Festival. We will have a booth and giving away LEA branded items. We will also be participating in the parade. So we are inviting retired teachers to participate in the parade with us. They can either get their own vehicle, convertible, if they're able they can walk. We're going to try to work on getting a float, so if anybody out there in the community knows how to build a float, please reach out to me. My email is president@lorainea.com. We'd like to have a float for the retired teachers who would like to participate but won't be able to walk. Our theme is going to be past, present, and future of Lorain City Schools. And those retired teachers will participate in the parade. The present teachers, we think we're going to beg and ask if we can borrow a bus to put our present teachers on a school bus to participate in the parade. And then our future will be our young teachers and their children riding bicycles in the parade, and they can decorate their own bicycles. So we have a presence for everybody to participate in the Lorain International Festival Parade, and I think the parade is June 29th. But more information will be coming, and I will be sending out emails and announcements on social media of any kind of meetings that we have to organize those who want to participate in the festival. And that's it for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public?
Good evening, my name is Randy Simplican. I'm a third-year teacher at Lorain High School.
Yes, you are.
The reason I wanted to speak tonight was to offer some input, unsolicited, about future year's school calendar. This past Memorial Day, I was at a graduation party, and I was talking with my cousin who teaches in a district in rural Ohio. I was just making conversation, and I said, "So, when are you getting out of school?" She looked at me kind of funny, and she said, "We've been out for 2 weeks." And I said, "What?" And she said, "Yeah, there's no point to going to school after the testing is done." And that started me thinking. I think I agree with that. And the way we do things in Lorain, I think there's room for improvement as far as that goes. I teach semester classes, and so this year, this semester was over third week in January. But the testing window started in the beginning of December. So I counted it out, and that was 6 weeks from the start of testing, and at the time I was teaching Algebra 1. So there was 6 weeks from the time of their test till the end of the semester. And we can't catch lightning in a bottle, and given the width of the testing window, we're not going to maximize that to the last day. But I think there's room for perhaps 3 weeks that we could catch in the bottle, so to speak. And that's what I'd like to see the district do, the board do, in adopting its next calendar. How can we do that? Well, one way to do that is to not end the semester in January, but end it at what feels like a more natural break at Christmas break or winter break. So that picks up 2 or perhaps 3 weeks. But at the same time, I'm sure you want to keep the sizes of the semesters pretty close to equal, as do I. And how do we accomplish that? Well, that's a hard enough to crack. And I'm going to offer you an opinion statement. I would like us to not have teacher professional development the first 4 or 5 days of school. And here's why that would work for me. Whether I want to or not, I'm thinking over the summer about how I'm going to do things differently the next year. I'm thinking about what works. And I'm thinking about what could be better. And so, over the course of the summer, I'm coming up with my game plan. There's a lot of great ideas shared with me in the first week in August before the teachers come back, or before the students come back. But I've already got my plan in place. And so, a better time for me to get that information would be right before the summer starts. So my suggestion would be move as many professional days as possible from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. Students can get out closer to the end of the testing window in May, and then teachers could have professional development and wrap up their year. There's a lot of moving parts that would have to be worked out, have to be figured out. I could give you input in detail if you're interested, or ideas, but that's something I'd like you to consider, because the semester classes that I teach, that 6 weeks that my students missed out of instruction, or getting instruction before they took the test, semester classes, that's like 12 weeks. That's 30% of the year, close to 30%. And I think our students are going to do better just having more instructional time. I think our district is going to do better as a result. Thanks for your.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to suggest that you slide down 2 seats and talk to the lady who's part of the calendar committee as well. Ladies? Okay. I'd like the board to consider approval of the minutes of the February 10th regular meeting. We do reserve the right not to read those minutes aloud.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Dr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario. Yes. Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Mrs. Washington.
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
Any old business besides Bill and I? Reports and recommendations of the treasurer.
I have items 8.01 through 8.03 for approval.
Any discussion? Entertain a motion.
So moved. Support.
Roll call.
Dr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Mrs. Washington.
No.
Mrs. Nazario.
Yes.
Reports and recommendations of the superintendent, personnel matters.
All right, on behalf of Dr. Graham, I'd like the board to consider items 9.01 through 9.04 personnel matters.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Washington.
Yes.
Dr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario.
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
Reports and recommendations of the superintendent, operations matters.
Thank you. On behalf of Dr. Graham, I'd like the board to consider approval of items 10.01 through 10.05 in operation matters.
So moved.
Support.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Dr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario.
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Mrs. Washington.
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
Anything else for Dr. Graham?
No, that is
Okay.
all.
Any new business to come before us? Committee reports and requests from board members. Second hearing of the public. Next board meeting will be March 10th at 5 p.m. right here. Be there. And I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Support.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Sturgill.
Yes.
Mrs. Washington.
Yes.
Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Dr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mrs. Nazario.
Yes.